Hello and welcome to Darkness Descending presents the North American Amateur Starcraft League. Season 1, week number 6, game number 2 between the Zerg player Devilsadvice, who is the bottom purple Zerg, and the Protoss player Kotaoncue, who is on the top in the yellow. They're playing Jungle Basin, which is a very easy to defend expand map. So again, I'm not really sure if Zerg players consider this a good map or a bad map, but I would think it would be a relatively good map because it has a very easy to defend expand, which typically means Zerg like it. But in any case, Devilsadvice looks like he's going out for some scouting. In the last game, we saw heavy use of Blink Stalkers by Kota. Unfortunately, he was not able to really transition into Colossus or some other sort of tech in time to get the game. So Devilsadvice with his Roach Hydra and a couple Zergling mix really actually came from behind. Devilsadvice was actually cornered for a large portion of the game, but was able to rally at the end and take the win. So Kota looking to even up the score, and we'll see if he can. He's going with a very late build. He saw that there was no gas, is no spawning pool, so Kota is just pumping out those probes. Looks like he's going for a defenseless expand. See, still no spawning pool. We do have a gas being thrown down, so Kota will need to very shortly, I would assume, start making some sort of actual buildings, production buildings. In all honesty, this is actually a pretty good idea by Kota. The fact that Zerg is going for a very fast expand means that he's not going to be able to push out with those roaches quite as early, so you don't have to really focus on defending that. So what you have here is a scenario where both players are pretty much pushing straight to economy. Devilsadvice already has his spawning pool up. Second expansion, or first expansion rather, is already up, and will be starting to run pretty soon. You'll notice both players really have an abundance of money. That's something that really needs to be worked on. Abundance of income. Sorry, my bad there. Resources. There we go. So actually, no, they're doing pretty good with their resources. You want to be basically spending resources as fast as you get them. So it looks like both players are doing a pretty good job of that. For the most part, nobody here really pulling ahead in any sort of attacking units. We do have a cannon and a zealot, pretty standard stuff here to defend the ramp. We got the Roach Warren on the way out. We finally get a queen. We have a second queen coming out, so that's good. Kota is already starting to saturate that natural. Devilsadvice is already going for a upgrade to tier 2. Looks like neither player is either scouting that much or paying much or doing getting any sort of units whatsoever. So this is somewhat dangerous. You do see Devilsadvice does have here an Overlord, but really it's not seeing very much because Devil hasn't sent anything in a long time. I mean, let's take a look and see what Devils can see. I mean, he doesn't see any production buildings whatsoever. So it could be that that Kota could be coming at him right now with 10, 20 zealots. Which would be very difficult thing for him to turn back at this point. Similarly, Kota has almost no idea, or actually has no idea whatsoever what Devil is doing. So again, both players really kind of being a bit risky here, with no scouting and basically being super production heavy. So it looks like it's going to be a good old-fashioned tech race. So we do have the tier 2 now. What are we going to get? We're going to go with our what won us the battle last time, which is the roaches and the hydralisks. It looks like Kota is getting a bunch of gateways. He's looking like he's not going for initial blink stalkers. He's going to go for those robotics facilities. Last game he got his robotics facility killed before he was able to get those Colossus out, and that really kind of hurt him late game. So again, neither player really opting to really try to scout anything. We do have the Overseer here. It'd be good if he makes use of that sponge chainling. Oh, it looks like Kota is going to be pushing forward. He did make a little bit of a push there and took the tower. Making use of the Zergling to scout just a bit. That's good. Again, Devil's Advice is opting not to put the Creep Tumor up relatively early. And that really is huge. It's such a huge thing for Zerg. Can't stress that enough. You need to get those Creep Tumors out. For sight, for speed, they cost just one larva injection. It's not that big of a resource dump. So against Protoss, specifically against Terran, it's exceptionally important. Against Protoss, it's slightly less important, but it's important nonetheless. Especially when you have extra gas hanging out, or extra power rather. So 68, he could have dropped a couple at this point. Which is also another thing, because he has so much energy, we know that he's missed quite a few injections, and that's something you really need to keep up. He does have a ton of minerals, though. I would probably even suggest making another hatchery, maybe over here, just to keep those generating those larvae as fast as you can. But so far so good. He's got a pretty good economy going. He does have his Hydralisks out already. Kota does have his Blink Stalkers, so looks like he's going to be pushing ahead and trying to make something out of this. Last time he got caught a little off guard by the fact that he didn't have the detection, so it looks like he's fixed that little problem already. Going to set up a forward pylon here. Now he is going to actually blink over here, and this is actually a really neat thing to watch. You can almost auto blink into the base using the shift command. So you shift, move, blink, and then you move again with the shift command. And that allows you to blink into the opponent's base. Over ramp. That was actually a very bad misblink there. That's going to cost him quite a few stalkers because all of his stalkers had blink on cooldown. He couldn't blink away. Or do that backup blink and save all of his units. He's looking at a very large number of minerals right now, and he really needs to make a point to push those out. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But on the upside, Devil's Advice did not lose his expansion. He was able to save it. Still has a good amount of units. Made a ton of spine crawlers again. Yeah, they are good against armored, but the general rule of thumb I feel with static defenses is never make more than you deem is absolutely necessary. Because right here you're looking at either 4 or 5 Hydralisks worth of